Alrighty. What's up, Charlie?
What's going on, man?
Another topic here. I guess we were wanting to talk about. I guess we already talked about that the very first video about something is happening in the world. Something is changing. A shift of whatever kind is really taking place, and it's maybe not on a scale where people don't want to. They just don't want to, just split themselves out. It's probably a way to put it. How do you see that?
I just think the whole point of this video was off a conversation I had with the guy, my yard guy, yesterday. Unbelievable person. And he had a guy with him that, like he even said, he was super overqualified to work with him. He's just an unbelievably smart engineer. And we were talking about change and how things are changing in the world and the government and just the whole energy of how people go about life and wanting to do something they love and wanting to do something that gives them purpose and makes them happy. And I was telling them, and I've told this to a lot of people, I feel like 2 or 3 years ago, a conversation of being happy and purpose and doing what you truly want to do just fell on deaf ears. They talked about it and they got pumped up for about 5 minutes, but then life took over. They understood that what really made them happy was quote-unquote unrealistic to them. Well, I think with the way things have been happening and this slow downhill grind that's coming about, I think these conversations hold weight now. I think these conversations actually do not allow, a lot of people are not allowing these conversations to be pushed to the back of their mind when life takes over, when the mortgage payments due, when their kids come home, when they have to go to that job they may not like too much. I think these conversations, I think these words, I think this movement, I think people wanting to live with purpose actually means something now. I feel it. I just feel a massive change of good coming on. I got a text from that kid about 30 minutes later saying, you just inspired a very uninspired person. I think you can only treat people like numbers and treat them terribly for so long until even the most fearful, compliant people who just don't want change will actually stand up and say, something's just not right, and they'll slowly start moving in a better direction. So I think we're in a very unique time in the world, and I think what we're doing, I think what you're doing, I think we're on the bleeding edge of that change. But I see some very good things happening.
Definitely. And isn't it also that, giving people a chance to actually shine, actually help them be aware that they actually have a say in the matter, that they can actually create something for themselves. They can create a happy life. They have a purpose when they open themselves up to it, And I think many people are very used to, obviously, what is from on the outside, like people telling us what to do, school systems, workplaces, and government, and politics, and whatnot. Instead of taking it from the inside and out and really just focus on what do I really want to do? How can I change people around me? How can I make my life better in regards to who I love and all that stuff? And I think maybe it's just about helping people open up to themselves and actually see that they can make a change.
Oh yeah, I think that a lot of people have gotten what they've wanted. They've wanted that car, that house, that typical American dream, and they're still not happy. And that kind of mentally messes with them, and they start looking for other ways for happiness. They start realizing that happiness isn't a possession. It's action. It's doing something. I think even the most cynical people, the ones that just simply cannot get off their own problems, are just looking on the outside, and they desperately want something different. They want change. They want to be happy. They want to not fall asleep dead tired, but have their heart racing like they just got done with a marathon due to anxiety. They want to just be. They want things back to be to a simpler time. And I think a lot of people are simplifying, and a lot of people are going to start stepping up and doing what they love. And it may be a struggle at first, but the enjoyment they're going to get is going to inspire others, and then it's just going to be a good circle, not a vicious circle.
Well, Well, we all, I totally agree, and we all know. I mean, we all know how certain things feel on an intellectual basis. But then when we then experience it, and it just makes it happen.
Yep. Yeah, and you know, I think there's a lot of people out there claiming why this shift is happening or putting scientific studies to it, but I don't know exactly why it's happening. It just is. It's just the pendulum, whatever, is swinging the other way.
Yeah, and the more and more people who is waking up, or who is like getting into that energy field or of giving and doing something good. I mean, the more people who's doing that, the more people you meet, the more. I mean, obviously, the momentum is building, isn't that what we were saying, really?
Yep.
You know, it's building and building, and all of a sudden it will just tip, you know. And that's probably what we would consider or think about what we'll probably have doing next year.
Yeah,
maybe the momentum's building up to make an explosion over the next two or three years, maybe. Yeah,
and it won't be. Yeah, I don't think it'll be anything massive. I think it'll just be a slow cycle of good. It'll be a slow cycle of news. You know, even talking to these people here in Utah who we want to get to cover some good stories about Pay It Forward, about some amazing people in Utah. It's like pulling teeth. And I don't understand how much longer these newscasters, I understand they've got to put food on the table, but how many more times can they look into a camera and tell millions of people all the bad that's going on in the world? And how many times can I send them an email and say there's this amazing woman out in southern Utah, can we get a story? And have them email me back and say, I love the story, but my news producer needs eyeballs. How do you as a person know that the world needs good and the world needs to see these good stories? How do you just let that go? How do you give in to a news producer who just wants to sell ads? That's got to wear on people. It has to. It has to wear that every time an on-scene newscaster looks in the camera and says, oh, someone else passed away again, or there's another big car wreck, or Kim Kardashian is divorced today. Kardashian? Yeah. That's got to wear on people. You can't go home and just and have that continually talked about without you yourself slipping into something negative. So
it's human nature to be good.
Yep.
It's human nature to feel good.
Yep.
That's what we want to feel all the time, you know. And as you say, it's a tipping point, you know. All of a sudden, people just kind of they don't want to just let themselves be controlled anymore.
Yeah, and you can't feel good having physical words come out of your mouth that are nothing but negative stories. So they can say they're doing it just for eyeballs, but at some point we've got to change that around. We got to change it around. I don't know how it is, but so let's leave that for people to ponder. What do you think?
Yeah, it's good, man.
Cool. All right, I'll get this up to YouTube and we'll get it out to the world.
All righty. See you, babes.
See everybody.
Peace.